Good morning, YouTube. Got a little experiment to do today. Like I said, I'm going to try and give you as much information on owning a Tesla in Canada as possible. Southern Ontario. Mondays are the day where I do most of my driving, and it's not a lot. I'm sure some of you do more than this just to get to work. But I'm going to be do a 90-kilometer round trip today with going to work, making a couple stops along the way to get to pickleball, and then back home again tonight. So what I thought I would do is figure out exactly how many kilometers I'm driving and also how many kilometers I use or how much range I use. So right now we're sitting at 80%, which is 419 kilometers. I'm still plugged in, so we'll get to that and get unplugged, but I wanted to make sure we stayed with a full charge. So it's a 90-kilometer round trip, so that should bring me down to 329 tonight when I get home. So let's just, I don't know if there is a trip in here. Oh yeah, trip. So what do we got here? Distance, duration, current drive. Do I want to reset that? Sure, how many trips do we have here? Oh, we got a bunch. Trip A, trip B. Okay, so let's reset. Looks like trip A is they're both the same. So let's reset trip B. Reset. So there we go, 0 kilometers. And that'll tell us how much kilometers and then also how many percentage we use in terms of that. So that's what we're going to do. So the trip is reset. We'll do our drive today. It's going to stay parked outside all day. I'm not going to plug it in at work. Right now it's minus 6 degrees or minus 8 degrees in the garage. Average temperature today is minus 8, minus 10. So we'll touch back at the end of the day and see how we did. So leg 1 done. We got 76% battery left, or 399 kilometers for the trips on here. So let's take a look at the trip. So that was a 20-kilometer distance. Sorry, getting new to this. So trip looks like we did 14.8 kilometers, but lost 20 kilometers of range. So not a good sign so far, but it is minus 7 degrees. Now we did use full self-driving. Actually, if we get into that, I have been doing a lot of full self-driving. Let's take a look at that. I think it tells you full self-driving. So 61% of my driving has been full self-driving so far, which is less than I thought it would be actually. I thought it would be more, but loving this thing. That's trip leg number 1. Let's see how we do the rest of the day. So we're ready to start the next leg of our journey. It's 4:30, minus 7 still out here. And right now it's saying 71%. So just sitting here today, and I just defrosted it for about 5 or so minutes. We lost 4 kilometers of range, but it didn't lose much sitting here today, so I'm impressed with that. Excited about how the rest of the trip goes. So that's 4 kilometers that we wasted on top of whatever we wasted on leg 1. So here we go. What I find fascinating is it's already figured out that when I leave work, my intended destination is home. Not today, so we're gonna have to switch that up, but that's pretty wild. Okay, so I wasn't going to do this, but I was going to try and record before we actually merged. I'm on my way to St. David's, getting off the 401, and had to merge into this area. And this car did this fantastically. You should have seen how quickly it moved. It was sliding up this lane on the left here, and it was flying, and then it found an opening in front of a transport truck and just smoothly signaled and moved in there. I was so impressed. This full self-driving is just insanely accurate. So let's see, we just finished leg 2, found the trips. We've done 50 kilometers. We're at 62%, or 325 kilometers, which is definitely less than the 50-kilometer travel range. There's our kilowatt usage. Still have to work that stuff out, figure that out, but we're definitely losing range at a -8, -7 temperature, full self-driving, that kind of thing. So we're gonna go play some pickleball and see what happens when we come back. Well, it's 8:55 people, and we made it home, with 50% battery, which means we used 30% battery for our day today doing the traveling that we did. So 30% battery, if we tap on this, is 261 kilometers. So we left this morning with 419 kilometers. That means we used 158 kilometers worth of battery power to go the distance today. Let's take a look at the trips. Trip B was 95.5 kilometers. So 158 kilometers worth of range for 95 kilometers. That's about 150% difference there. Not great, not horrible. The benefit is I can plug in right now, and it's probably going to cost me about $2 to get this back up to 419 kilometers worth of range overnight, sleeping in my bed in a nice warm house. That's what I know. Thanks a lot for coming along for the ride, and we'll see you again.